Lesson 7, Part 1. The future with going to. Future forms in English are formed using auxiliary verbs. One of the most commonly used constructions is going to, plus the base form of the main verb. How to form the future with going to? You have the subject, he. You have the occurrence of be, is. You have going to. You have the base form of the verb, buy. And you have the rest of the sentence. A new car. He is going to buy a new car. Going to for future plans. Going to is used to talk about future events that have been planned in advance rather than decided upon at the time of speaking. I am going to buy a new car. We are going to cook dinner tonight. In the first sentence, buy is the base form of the verb. In the second sentence, going to doesn't change with the subject. In the first sentence, I am. In the second sentence, we are. The form of be matches the subject of the sentence. One person, I am. More than one person, we are. Further examples. I'm going to start reading this book soon. I'm not going to eat any chocolate this month. Not is added after the verb be to make the negative. I'm not going to. Sam's going to get fit before his next birthday. We're going to cycle from Boston to Cape Cod next weekend. Going to for predictions. Going to is also used to make predictions when there is evidence in the present moment. Look at those clouds. It's going to rain soon. At shows evidence in the present moment. It means that you can make a prediction. Going to gives the prediction. Look at those clouds. It's going to rain soon. Further examples. Oh no, she's going to slip and fall over. That hill is too steep. John is going to crash. They're going to break a window if they're not careful. Look, the waiter is going to drop those plates. He's wearing a raincoat, so he's not going to get wet. Oh dear, I think she's going to fall off that ladder. Questions with going to. Questions with going to are formed by swapping the subject and to be. Michelle is going to be at the meeting. Is Michelle going to be at the meeting? Further examples. Is Ryan going to come to work tomorrow? Is Tim going to be at the party? What are you going to wear at the party? What? Question words can be added to the start of the question. When is he going to get here? Part 2. The future with will. Will is used to form some future tenses in English. It can be used in several different ways, which are all different from the future with going to. How to form the future with will. You have the subject, she. You have will. The word will doesn't change with the subject. You have the base form of the verb, love, and then the rest of the sentence, the new movie. She will love the new movie. The future using will. English uses will when talking about the future in 4 main ways. First, to make a prediction about what you think will happen. Wait a few minutes, I think it will stop raining soon. This prediction is not based on evidence. Secondly, to offer to do something for someone. You look frozen. I'll make you some hot soup. In this sentence, I will is in the form of a contraction. Third, to make a promise. We'll be there by 8, don't worry. Fourth, to describe a decision you've just made. I know, I'll buy Aaron a surfboard for his birthday. This decision was not planned in advance. Will for predictions. Will is used to talk about predictions about the future when there is no firm evidence for that prediction. This movie is great. You will love it. There is no firm evidence that the person will like the movie. Further examples. The Mal will be so busy this afternoon. They'll enjoy their trip to Venice. Jane will probably like the new house. It's really nice. Probably means something is likely, but not definite. She'll be really angry when she finds out. Will for quick decisions. Will is used to describe quick decisions that someone has made at the time of speaking. They are often a solution to an unexpected problem. Oh, it's raining. I'll take my umbrella. The contraction of will shows you have just made the decision. Further examples. It's midnight. I won't walk home through the park. Will not or won't is the negative form of will. This apple is delicious. I'll have another one. There's no juice, so I'll have some water instead. So is often used to join a situation to a quick decision. The car has broken down, so I'll have to walk to work. Will for making offers. Will is also used to offer to do something for someone. You seem busy. I'll pick up the kids from school today. Further examples. I'll go to the post office for you if you want. You must be starving. I'll make you a sandwich. Sit down and relax. I'll make you a cup of tea. Since you cooked, I'll do the dishes. Will for making promises. Will can be used when making a promise. Don't worry, I'll be careful. In this sentence, we are using the contraction of I will. Further examples. We'll let you know as soon as your car's ready. I'll feed the cat when I get home. If you bring the food, we'll take care of the drinks. I'll take care of everything while you're away. Ben said he'll call us as soon as he gets home. Don't worry, I'll lock the front door when I leave. Think with will. Think can be used with will to show that a prediction is just an opinion or a decision is not final. I think that we'll have enough food for the party. You can also use that after think, but it can be left out. The word have is an uncertain prediction. I think that we'll have enough food for the party. I'm tired. I think I'll go to bed. This decision is still being considered. Further examples. It's cold outside, but we don't think it'll snow today. Think is made negative rather than will. We don't think. If we hurry, I think we'll get to the airport on time. I think I'll take the children ice skating tomorrow. Future with shall. Shall is used instead of will when asking for a decision or making offers or suggestions. In these cases, it is only used with I or we. It is rarely used in US English. Shall I pick you up or shall we meet at the restaurant? The first shall is being used to make an offer. The second shall is being used to make a suggestion. Further examples. Shall I cook chicken or beef tonight? It's so hot in here. Shall I open a window? I'm bored. Shall we go out for a walk? Shall we try to finish the gardening today? Part 3. The present for future events. The present simple and present continuous can be used to talk about future events that are already planned. They are usually used with a future time word or time phrase. The present simple for future events. The train arrives at 10 p.m. tonight. The present simple can be used to talk about events that are scheduled to take place in the future. The train arrives at 10 p.m. tonight. Arrives is the present simple. Tonight refers to a point in the future. How to form this sentence? You have the subject, the train. You have the present simple, arrives. You have future time phrase, at 10 p.m. tonight. The train arrives at 10 p.m. tonight. Further examples. Don't forget we have an early meeting tomorrow morning. The next flight to New York departs at 6 this evening. The concert is next Wednesday. I hope we're ready by then. The bank opens late tomorrow because it's the weekend. The present continuous for future events. The present continuous can be used to talk about prearranged future events. Time markers usually show whether the event is in the present or future. At the moment, Dave is working, but tomorrow he is playing golf. At the moment shows the action refers to the present. The present continuous refers to Dave's present activity. Working. The time clause tomorrow shows the action refers to the future. The present continuous refers to a future event that is planned. At the moment, Dave is working, but tomorrow he is playing golf. How to form this sentence? You have the subject, Dave. You have the present continuous, is playing golf. You have the future time phrase, tomorrow. Further examples. Jack's playing soccer tomorrow. Sue is studying this evening. I'm having dinner with Mike next weekend. Tom and Samantha are getting married tomorrow. I'm seeing a movie later. Lisa is playing golf tomorrow. Jay is meeting some friends tomorrow evening. I'm running a race for charity this weekend. Part 4. The future continuous. The future continuous can be formed using will or going to. It describes an event or situation that will be in progress at some point in the future. The future continuous with will. The future continuous describes an event that will be in progress at a given time in the future, which is often stated. The event will start before the stated time and may continue after it. Right now, I'm working in a cafe. In 10 years' time, I hope I will be running a bistro. I'm working is the present continuous. Will be running is future continuous. How to form this sentence? You have the subject, I. You have the form of will. You have be. You have the present participle, running. And the object, a bistro. I will be running a bistro. Further examples. This time next week, we will be walking in the Andes. Emma will be starting school in September. Future continuous with anyway. The future continuous can also be used to talk about events that are going to happen as a matter of course or anyway. Oh no, I've run out of milk. I can get some for you later. No, please don't worry. It's okay. I'll be driving past the store anyway. Further examples. You can send the parcel here. I'll be waiting in the house anyway. I can give that to Frida for you. I'll be seeing her for lunch. In this sentence, anyway is implied at the end of the sentence. To imply something is to suggest without saying it directly. Neutral questions. The future continuous is also used to ask neutral questions. Questions asked for information, not to make a request. Will you be coming into work tomorrow? Yes, I will. OK, let's talk about the report then. This is a neutral question. Request. Will you come into work tomorrow, please? Sure, no problem. Further examples. Will you be driving past the post office later? Will you be attending the meeting this afternoon? The future continuous to talk about the present. You can also use the future continuous to speculate about what is happening at the present moment. Have you noticed that Andrew isn't at work today? He'll be working on his presentation at home. It's more likely that he'll be watching the golf on TV. Further examples. Why isn't Xavier here today? He'll be finishing off his report for the annual meeting. Why is Nev late? He'll be taking his children to school. Where is Sarah? She'll be studying in the library, probably. Is Phoebe at home? No, she's not here. She'll be playing with Claire at the park, probably. Have you seen Roberta? No, but she's going out later, so I think she'll be getting ready. The future continuous with going to. The future continuous can sometimes be formed with going to instead of will, but this is less common. It can be used in most future continuous constructions, except to speculate about the present. I can't come out this evening. I'm going to be studying all night. How to form this sentence? You have the subject, I. You have the form of be, am. You have going to be. You have the present participle, studying. And the rest of the sentence, all night. I am going to be studying all night. Further examples. I want to go away on Saturday, but I'm going to be working all weekend. I'd love to go out on Thursday, but I'm going to be finishing this essay. Shall we have lunch next week? I'm going to be visiting your city. I'm going to be staying with my husband's family for the holidays this year. Do you want to go to a concert tonight? My wife is going to be performing. Part 5. The future perfect. The future perfect is used to talk about an event that will overlap with or finish before another event in the future. It can be used in simple or continuous form. The future perfect is used to describe an action or event that will be finished before a certain future time. They will have built the skyscraper by January. They is in the present moment. Will have built is in the future. By January. It will be done before January. It will be done by January. How to form this sentence? You have the subject, they. You have the form of will. You have the form of have. You have the past participle, built. You have the object, the skyscraper. You have the time phrase, by January. Further examples. Kai will have read all his course books by next week. Sam will have finished the laundry by this afternoon. The next time you see me, I will have had a haircut. We're so late, the play will have started by the time we get there. The future perfect continuous. The future perfect continuous can be used to predict the length of an activity. This tense looks back from the imagined finishing time in the future. By July, I will have been working here for a year. You are looking back to the past and also the future. How to form this sentence? You have a time phrase, by July. You have the subject, I. You have the form of will. you have the form of have. You have been. You have the present participle, working. And the rest of the sentence, here for a year. By July, I will have been working here for a year. Further examples. By the time this is all ready, Andy will have been cooking all day. By the time I arrive home, I will have been driving for 6 hours. By this time next month, I will have been studying English for a year. He will have been waiting for 2 hours by the time she arrives. This case will have been going on for over a year before it is settled. Finally, the future in the past. There are a number of constructions in English that can be used to describe thoughts about the future that someone had at some point in the past. The future in the past using was going to. The future in the past is used to look back on an earlier prediction, where going to is used to talk about the future from the present. Were going to is used to talk about a past view of it. This traffic is awful. I think I'm going to be late for work. I thought I was going to be late, but I'm right on time. The first sentence is earlier. The second sentence is now. How to form this sentence? You have the subject. You have the form of was or were. You have going to. You have the base form be. And the rest of the sentence, late. I was going to be late. Further examples. I was going to start a new book today, but I didn't have time. Mike was going to have a party, but nobody could come. They were going to go home, but they went dancing instead. Delia was going to buy a new dress, but she couldn't find one. We were going to buy a new dog, but we decided to wait. Sorry, I interrupted. Were you going to say something? The future in the past using would. Where you would use will to talk about a future event from the present, use would to talk about your past view of it. I think I will finish the gardening today. It shouldn't take too long. I thought I would finish today, but there is still a lot left to do. The first sentence is earlier. The second sentence is now. Further examples. I always knew she would be successful. I was told my car would be fixed by now. Did you ever think you would become a doctor? I don't know where Hilda is. I thought she'd be here by 8. The future in the past using the past continuous. The past continuous is used to talk about an arranged future event from a time in the past. Jenny was extremely nervous on Monday morning. She was taking her driving test that afternoon. Further examples. They were planning to go to the beach tomorrow, but the weather's terrible. Michelle had been cleaning all day. Her sister was arriving that evening. Hugo had to go to bed early because he was flying early the following morning. That is all from me for today. Join me next time when once again I will be asking, how's your grammar?